right, either YouTube or Facebook right about now. You may observe some connection situation, but I don't want you to bother yourself with that. It will definitely get reconnected. I don't know what's going on with the connection today. I think it's world over. There is really a problem with the connection situation all over. So you have to bear with us if there is some inconsistencies during the streaming of the program. So join us on YouTube at VOP 903 FM, or you can join me right now on Facebook. I am live, Esther Nwachukwu, NWACHUKW. All right, that's the name. So I was saying earlier that Benue IDPs block highway. They are demanding a return to their ancestral homes. And what exactly is their issue? The Benue IDP camp, they're actually saying that they want to go back to their ancestral homes. That it's like they prefer them being in the IDP camps rather than in their own ancestral homes where they actually belong to. That the government really takes their time spending a lot on ensuring that they remain in the IDP camps rather than having to curb insecurity that has bedeviled most of the communities so that they can return home. They have asked questions when they would return home. They're not getting responses. So they only get visits from NGOs, Red Cross, and private individuals offering relief items. But the big question is, what is the government doing about ensuring that they return to their ancestral homes as soon as possible, rather than investing a lot of money and retaining them into IDP camps and literally doing nothing about the insecurity that has bedeviled most of the communities in Benue State, which resulted in them being in the IDP camps? Or if right now they're in the IDP camps, who are those in the ancestral homes? Are they saying that all the communities that has been deserted, where they had to run away from the terrorists, that nobody's there right about now? Or are they giving time for these individuals to begin to resettle, to stay on their ancestral homes, that when they return they wouldn't be able to recognize their homes? People would have taken over their homes. So they blocked the highways. There was a standstill today. They believed that they are victims of persistent attacks by these herdsmen. They blocked both lanes of the busy highway for several hours, chanting that they want to go back home. This caused disruption, leaving hundreds of motorists and passengers stranded. In fact, eyewitnesses said the displaced persons, many of whom have spent years in overcrowded IDP camps, were expressing deep frustration over the government delay in restoring security to their communities. So they shouted, "We have suffered enough. We want to return to our homes and farms." One of the protesters disclosed there. The security personnel were actually deployed to monitor the situation and prevent any escalation of or anarchy. Though the tensions were high, but they didn't want anything to go out of order, so they were present to ensure that everybody maintained status quo. Now, that's not the only thing. We'll move on to the NSA telling us that it is. Remember yesterday or 2 days ago, Nuhu Ribadu told us that insecurity has significantly reduced. And I remember we're having that conversation here, and I said, "Excuse me, in what orbit or in what planet are you residing that you are sitting in your throne chair in your armored vehicle and your escorts, and you're telling us that insecurity has significantly reduced?" Excuse me to those who have been the victims of the onslaught recently when it comes to insecurity. I'm talking about Benue, I'm talking about Plateau State, I'm talking about Imo State, Anambra State, Ebonyi State, some communities in Enugu State, even in Osun, Ondo, alright, Akure. These areas have experienced some level of insecurity lately. Kidnapping in Delta State, that is the order of the day. And you're saying that there's a significant reduction in insecurity? Excuse me, how? What orbit are you residing? That's what a lot of Nigerians were asking. We talked about this, I think, yesterday. Now, the same Nuhu Ribadu has come out to say that terrorists and bandits operate in northern Nigeria, that they should put an end to their violent attacks and activities and surrender peacefully. They are trying to extend amnesty to them. All right, he warned that the era of terrorizing communities must now come to an end. He gave this charge during an interview with the BBC, where he highlighted what he described as notable gains under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in curbing insecurity. So he said, yes, there are indeed incidents of violence, but he emphasized that the current government has made significant progress in its fight against insecurity, particularly by reducing large-scale terrorist operations nationwide. I don't know if that's the case. I'm not saying that Nigerian military have not really had positive strides in some of the volatile enclaves in the north where these ISWAP and terrorist individuals reside. But what about the other areas that is a major hotspot? And these are communities where people reside. They have been displaced. They can't go to their farms. They can't commence their activities because these individuals have decided to become a menace and a nightmare in their daily lives. This is what the NSA is supposed to tell us, that beyond telling them enough is enough and that they should surrender, what are you doing about the areas where these guys have decided to hold sway, all in the name of having to erode the originals and resettle in those places? What exactly is the agenda, and why the supposed slow, lackadaisical attitude in addressing this? So another thing to also consider is the fact that in Abuja, the small retail business owners are complaining of high cost of, in terms of prices, purchasing items that they sell, and low demand. People are not buying the produce. It's not just consumables that are perishable. Fabric, textile sector, they're not seeing patronage. And right now it feels like some Nigerians just want to go by the day. So whatever luxury item, whatever it is that some we used to consider to be a normal thing, is now seen as a luxury item. So you have to prioritize what is important. No be food you go chop. But to concern you to go and buy one latest cloth of the town, or one beautiful furniture, or one digital device, or to go purchase some whatever that could be considered as a pretty edifice in your house. Well, whatever money you have is either for food, for school fees, and for house rent, because these are the basic items. If you don't have them, landlord no dey hear say economy hard, you must pay. When it is time for you to pay, you must pay the money. That's the thing, and that's the awesome truth. So if you cannot pay that money, if you cannot pay your house rent, the next thing are courts. This time around you don't even want to go through the court process. So right now people have to prioritize what they spend on, and that's what this small business owners were complaining about in the FCT. Meanwhile, remember that the FCT minister is doing a lot. He's taking strides. He's commissioning roads, building roads, making Abuja one of the most beautiful cities in Nigeria, possibly in Africa. But this is basically what the business owners there are complaining about. Now, moving on to other aspects that I consider is worth talking about is concerning what happened in Anambra State, how kidnappers killed a businessman who has a business named Fish Magnet in Anambra State. And I felt so bad and felt so terrible. So Nigerians went through this man's TikTok account. I think basically he's more on TikTok. He's a popular entrepreneur. His name is Ife Sinachi Onyekere. He's widely known on social media as Fish Magnet Onyekere. He was kidnapped days earlier by supposed unidentified gunmen who supposedly came to his house. So according, let me state it. Let me give an accurate account. According to Zagazola, the incident occurred on Saturday night rather, in Okuno, a suburb near Oka, the Anambra State capital. According to eyewitnesses, heavily armed men stormed the residence of Onyekere around 10:30 p.m. in Izinifite village. The attackers, who arrived in the ash-colored Lexus SUV, forced their way into the compound, shot the victim in the leg, abducted him on his way in a navy blue Toyota Corolla. So they abducted him, put him in the car, and they drove off. Now, the gunmen made their escape through bush path in the direction of Northia, and they successfully evaded security personnel. Onyekere was not only a respected businessman and a managing director of Fish Magnet, which is a thriving aquaculture brand, but also the son of the Anambra State women leader of the All Progressives Grand Alliance. Anambra is supposed to go through its governorship elections in November. This young man, despite the fact that you may consider him to be an elite, has been a hustler. Everyone who knows him knows how he hustles for his business. So what he does this fresh fish farming. Okay, he has a place where he does this fresh fish farming, where he has water and all that for the fish, and then afterwards, when it has, the fish has grown to a certain level, they can roast it for you, prepare it like dry fish. This is our normal cat dry fish business, and he supplies it anywhere. So he actually advertises on TikTok, on Facebook sometimes, or even on Twitter. So I think a few days ago, Tunde Ednot posted this young man on his page. Now, this young man had reached out to VDM Obviously, he's an influencer and also another critic of the government, or a social, let's just say he's an advocate, sort of. And he reached out to him on his X account profile, that's a message platform, said that he wants to deliver fish to him, that he would love to do so. That Very Dark Man has been doing so well, and that he's aware of encouraging him and appreciating him for the good works. But it's like Very Dark Man did not see that message on time. Obviously, his DM will be flooded with a lot of requests and notifications. So it was on Tunde Ednot's page that Very Dark Man saw that video, and he was like, wow, that's very beautiful. I think he kind of responded at some point. And unfortunately, just 2 days ago, this man died in his home. He did not go to a nightclub, he did not go visit a friend, he didn't go to squander his life somewhere. This is a typical hustler, just like every Nigerian trying to survive, and these individuals came and they killed him. They didn't collect ransom. Some people are saying that it's politically motivated. So the question now is this: he's not the only person. A lot of mayhem like this is happening in the southeast, and Nigerians are calling, where are the southeastern leaders, and when did the southeast become this bad? Now, there have been complaints. I've heard Lolo here in the studio telling us precisely who are those responsible for the killings in the southeast, that most of the southeastern states, especially Imo State has been deserted. Okay, the community, young boys have left. Those that stayed were killed indiscriminately. I'm sure in Aronduziogo you saw that. I think that was last week. You heard of the issue where this gunman razed down houses. They were wearing military fatigue, burnt houses, went to people's homes and just killed them at random. So where are the elders? Where is Ohaneze Indibo to talk about this issue? Because everything is not just politics. Where are those who can speak on behalf of the people and hold the governors, hold the federal government accountable, that with all the military presence in the southeast, why does the killing prevail? Why are people being killed? Are the military, were they not put in there to calm these individuals out? Where are they when these guys come in their military fatigue, or in the Hilux vehicle, or in their vans, and do all of this mayhem, and then it is when they leave you now begin to see the military or the police come around there? What is happening? And it's getting too much. Now you're in a situation where there are calls for the Southeast to develop themselves, to establish their economy, to no longer act as victims and stop complaining that they're being marginalized. A lot of them are afraid, and that's the reason why they are spread across several states of the Federation, a lot of them outside the country, because their homeland is not safe. A lot of them who are in diaspora wants to invest, but they're afraid of investing because of what's going on. So it's either it's envy by some certain elements there, or it's spearheaded by some politician or something. You would go home and not return. Somebody complained of somebody who owns a big phone store in Ondo State and traveled to Enugu for a wedding. The man did not return. They found his body in a bush. So what is happening? I'm not saying that insecurity is not everywhere, but if you say the Southeast is a small area, why can't these individuals be routed out? Now, this is now the question of what Chukwuma Soludo said in a meeting somewhere when he was having a town hall meeting, where he said 99.99% of crime and criminality in Anambra State is done by the people of the state, by their people. And a lot of people called him out and said, why would you make such a statement? Are you exonerating those the Fulani terrorists or the headsmen who are not really headsmen, attacking some communities, raping women and children, and occupying people's farmlands? But what happened in Anambra State with this young man called Fish Magnet? And that's not the only reported instance of young persons who have just been killed for no reason, either for political reasons or not. So what is Agune Chamber doing when you're seeing issues like this? Imo States, don't even mention that one. There's complete hopelessness in Imo State. So we can't even talk about Imo State. That state is gone. So what are the elders doing about it? What are they saying about it? You cannot underplay crime. When crime is done, call it out. Don't ascribe an entire ethnic group to it, but call out crime when it needs to be called out. If you're not calling it out, it will prevail. That's another thing we're also going to look into today. We're all going to have this conversation together. Remember, I said that. Now, another interesting thing, it's funny actually that it was now that things have blown out of proportion that some people are now talking. So, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Lagos State, Joe Ibukwe, has sounded an alarm over what he describes as the unchecked and growing menace of ethnic bigotry in Nigeria. In a statement that he posted on his Facebook page today, Ibukwe expressed deep concerns, warning that many Nigerians are blind to the looming consequences of ethnic divisions. You can see I'm laughing, Abi. Don't worry, I'll tell you why. He wrote, "Good morning, Nigerians. Ethnic bigotry is growing hopelessly like wildfire in Nigeria, and our eyes are not open to see the danger. I pray that the veil covering our eyes will be removed so that we can see clearly. Make we dey play, oh." Then Segun Showumi, a PDP chieftain as well, now came out. You know, he's a former spokesperson to Atiku Abubakar during the 2019 presidential election. Also echoed his fears. He described the ethnic bigotry as a ticking time bomb, warning that the failure of leadership to curb the trend could have explosive consequences. Showumi wrote, "I have been screaming against this, and it is one major pillar of the alternative. No one who thinks deeply can be happy with the madness being tolerated, and those in charge are doing nothing to signal enough is enough. Let us pray they have a containment strategy in case things blow up in our faces. How we pretend not to see the danger beats me." I'm actually happy that he came out to say this, and he said something. He said that the madness is being tolerated, nobody is containing it, and that those in charge are doing nothing to signal enough is enough. And I want to ask Mr. Joe Ibukwe and Mr. Segun Showumi, who are the perpetrators of this ethnic bigotry? When did we begin to see this escalating tension in the fabric that unites our nation? Was it not after the 2023 general elections? It wasn't even this bad in 2015 or up to 2023 before Muhammadu Buhari's administration was done. So if you have a spokesman of the president, if you have spokespersons and aides of the Lagos state governor, if you go and check their handles, read one, a couple of them like that, you see the kind of comments on their pages. Government agents, government aides, people that are meant to be working for the government, that your job is supposed to be speaking on your responsibility of projecting the developmental aspects, developmental strides, commitment of your principle. You need to go to their page and see what they write. Not just against Peter Obi, against the Igbos. And now there's also the Igbos retaliating. They say everyone who retaliates in the kind of vulgar language and descriptions, they'll call them that is the obedience. They've literally ascribed anyone who criticizes or anyone who responds vulgar to vulgar as being part of obedience. So you can't even tell the difference anymore. They are now making it to seem like the obedient movement is significantly a particular tribe. It has really gotten bad. People think it's just online. I remember I've been talking about this. It's not just online. Nigeria cannot afford to go through what it went through during 1967. Even if the federal government enjoyed it, the Southeast were the ones that really bear the brunt. But trust me, rather than the government of the day to have focused in progressing our nation, they were purchasing arms to combat. It took the country years behind, because some projects that ought to have been done were abandoned because Nigeria seemed to be unstable. When you have a Bayo Onanuga supporting all these statements, you have the DSS, they are not saying anything. You literally see people asking that they want the civil war to return. They're even waiting for anything to happen so that there'll be that kind of uproar and uprising. And these individuals in government keep quiet. They stoke it. They shut up and come out and stoke it. Bayo Onanuga, Reno Mockery, a lot of them like that. A lot of them. All because of what? Politics. 2027. And if Segun Showumi is saying this, I'm surprised because in a couple of instances he had made some tweets that seems to be pandering, sort of. So what are we saying? Nigeria is not developing. Nigeria is not moving forward. Instead, the government of the day is absorbing, promoting division rather than uniting everyone together just because of 2027. Why? Well, you people will tell me what you think about this. Like I said, we're going to have an intimate conversation about these issues. Now, moving on to the political front, the ADC has revealed how Tinubu's government offered bribe of 3 ministerial slots to kill the coalition. And the person that made that statement was Ralph Umusu. Ralph Umusu said that the APC offered him 3 ministerial slots, one for himself and 2 people of his choice, but it was all aimed at killing the coalition. So when that failed, they resorted to kidnapping and intimidation, yet they stood firm for Nigeria. But Daniel Bola has come to deny that if Ralph is saying the truth, he should mention the persons from the APC camp that approached him and promised him what he promised him. He said they can never do that. So we'll know if that is the truth or not. Now, let's move on to the Labour Party. The Labour Party a faction of the Labour Party has come out to call out Peter Obi. They are saying that Peter Obi cannot be fraternizing with the coalition and still claim that he's part of the Labour Party. That right now he may lose his opportunity of being a presidential candidate in the Labour Party if he doesn't step and leave the ADC as a coalition. Right now their presidential whatever is going to be open, and that they are looking at Datti Baba Ahmed. Now, in several interviews that Datti Baba Ahmed went for after he tried to create a resolution to resolve the imbroglio within the Labour Party amongst members, talk started flying around that what is going on, what is the plan. Some people thought it was he and Peter Obi that decided to do that together, but Datti Baba Ahmed has said that no, that he spoke with Peter Obi, yes, about it. And Peter said, okay, whatever it is you want to do, you can go ahead and do what you want to do. So it's not like it was an express conversation between the both of them to do that. So Nigerians started ascribing a lot of things to that move. Some persons said, okay, it's not bad that he did that. It's a good thing. It points out to proper leadership. Some persons ask why now and why not 2 years ago after the general elections were over and then the volatility in the party commenced. Why didn't he come in to intervene? Others feel that it was an opportunity for him to put himself in the party in case he wants to campaign. But he has said that he's not going to campaign so long as Peter Obi is still on the race, and one individual that he said he was not going to name. But the Labour Party said it doesn't matter if he intends to run, they are willing to give him the ticket. It doesn't necessarily have to be Peter Obi. Well, in this regard, Peter Obi has kept quiet about it. Now, let's look at the PDP. I don't know if you know Ononuju, so former aide to Peter Obi. He actually disclosed very recently that there are talks about him likely to return to the People's Democratic Party. So I want to be express with how he described it. According to him, he said yes, that the reason why Peter Obi left the Labour Party, the PDP, in 2022 was because the ticket wasn't zoned to the south, and that was supposed to be the arrangement. The ticket was meant to be zoned to the south. When it wasn't zoned to the south, that was when Peter Obi left the PDP and came on to the Labour Party, or rather that was how the whole thing about him leaving, and he adopted the Labour Party. So again, based on that revelation, you remember that Ali Modo Sharif 2 or 3 days ago said the same thing, that information at his disposal is that Peter Obi is speaking on joining the PDP to become a presidential candidate. But a lot of Nigerians said that it would be foolhardy of him to join the PDP, considering that Wike is there and a lot of big wigs have left. How are you joining the PDP? They would truncate your ambition. It's a way of making a fool out of him. And I remember reading that out here, and I said, since that has not been spoken of by either Peter Obi or those who are his official media spokespersons, we cannot take that information for what it is. This is era of propaganda, and propaganda is meant to distract everybody. So according to what Kachu, he said that Obi contested for presidency in 2023, came third behind Atiku. Meanwhile, that 3 weeks ago, Obi was part of the opposition coalition that adopted the African Democratic Congress, but that with the way things are going in the ADC, it may not be a plausible place for Peter Obi, considering the agenda that they can glaringly see. Like I said, Peter Obi has not said anything about this. So, according to what the former special advisor on public affairs during the 2023 presidential election, Kachi Ononuju, he said that the former Anambra state governor is likely to return to the PDP because the party has agreed to zone its 2027 presidential ticket to the south. So this is what he said. What I can tell you is very simple. What caused the crisis, as I told you earlier, was that our party's national working committee got compromised and they refused to zone, and that was why we led to start the youth movement. They have reached out to us. that the Bukola Saraki committee said they should zone to the south as a way to try to bring us back and make peace. Now, because Atiku knew what was going on, he dashed out. And that was why I said no when I spoke to Peter Obi, that whatever those people you are speaking with want, I will not support you, because you must understand the fundamental reason why we left the PDP was because outside the party as alliance, they refused to zone. They must agree to zone or explain to us why after 8 years of Buhari, Southerners are not good enough to run for the presidency. So right now, the party has agreed to zone. They made that announcement last week at the NAF Conference Center, and based on that, a lot of them have been talking to Peter Obi. Over the weekend, Peter went to see Babangida Aliyu, and what we want are assurances. That is why I told you that someone like Kenneth Okonkwo is not part of us. He is a member of the APC. He only met us after we have started the movement. They are not strong enough to take on the crisis. We who are members of the PDP, me and Peter, who out of them refusing to zone, we left. I and Doyin Okukwe had to start the youth movement, and we didn't have candidate until we got Peter. Now that the party said they would do the same thing that they did in 2019, which is zone to the south as a way to bring us back, there is nothing wrong with that. So he said, what you are hearing is true. The PDP is making a very strong move to bring us back. There is nothing that is personal against anybody. It was simply, if we don't fight for it now, our children will start wondering about, and it's not good that we leave this kind of fight for our children. We want them to understand that as far as we are concerned, the presidential pendulum should swing between the north and the south. So, the close ally of Peter Obi disclosed that what I said was that the minute we decide on a platform, that Ruga called ADC will collapse. So he referred to ADC as Ruga. Yes, they are talking to us. Yes, Peter has had good talks with them, and anything can happen. As I said earlier, a week and a month is a long time in politics. So he said, I want to assure you that the reason why we took the Labour Party platform to run was because the PDP refused to zone. I also want to assure you that I have intervened and said that we will not do anything with the ADC because we are not equivocal about zoning. When they started prevaricating and Atiku started saying what he said, that was when I told Peter that I will go public and I will insist that if they don't zone, I will not support you. And I will tell the movement not to support you. Because of that, Peter Obi told them that the movement said they will not support him. And so he insisted that they zone. You remember Peter Obi threw his hat in the race and said, fine, oh, for the South, it is remaining 4 years. He told the ADC quickly and gave them his proposition and said, if it is zoned to the south, this I would like to run for 4 years and I will just do 1 term. I think this is based on this with what Kacho Ononuju is releasing here. That was why Peter Obi quickly put his hat in the race. And remember that the obedience said no. If it is not zoned to the south, it is Peter Obi or nothing. But or you must zone into the south, meaning that whoever will campaign during the primary will be between Peter Obi and Amechi. That is what it's supposed to be. Peter Obi and Amechi in the ADC, since Amechi has also said he is interested. Meaning that Atiku is not supposed to be in the race because of the gentleman agreement that they had. So, according to what this man is saying now, a close ally of Peter Obi, that they have seen that when the PDP decided to do that zone to the south, that was why Atiku quickly left to join the ADC, and it seems they're trying to compel Peter Obi to become the vice for Atiku's whatever. The obedience said no. So Kachit now told Peter Obi that if you agree to whatever it is they're doing to the ADC and there's no zone to the south, I will not support you. The obedient movement will not support you. And so Peter Obi told them that, CEO, the obedient movement will not support if you people don't zone this. So based on this report, it is official to say that indeed there are great indications that Peter Obi may join the PDP, but there's a lot to actually handle with that. There's a lot of issues within the PDP. And how does he know he is not being deceived? How does he know that they would not take it away from him? How does he know this is not a grand agenda to mutilate, whatever it is? But hey, he's not a child, he's an adult. I'd like to hear from you. Meanwhile, the Northern Bloc are saying we don't want, some aspects of the North are saying that they don't want President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he has sidelined them and that he has not done right by them, specifically on some promises that was made during the campaign. They are not seeing those fulfillment. But the president intends to see how that can work for them, meet some of their needs. Based on the recent appointment he made, you saw that he tried to, kind of connect with them, sort of comply with some of their demands as they're demanding, but a couple of them feel they've been sidelined and that they may not back him up. However, George Akume said, please respect the gentleman agreement. It is a time of the South. Wait till 2031. So these are the conversations we'll be having today on the Evening Rush. I know a lot of you will say I've talked a lot, but these are pertinent issues that I wanted us to discuss. So it's time for you to open the phone lines right about now. Let me know what you think based on these various conversations we have had. And I really want you to educate us. I really want you guys to educate us on these various issues raised. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. That's the WhatsApp number. And the number to call 080-3692-9933. Remember that in as much as we're going to take a lot of calls, make your comments as short as possible and make it very civil. Very, very civil. All right, 080-3692-9933. That is the number to call. The WhatsApp number 0817-1756-338. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello?
Good evening, how are you?
Hello?
Turn down the volume of your radio now. How do you want to hear me when you raise the volume of your radio? 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. Turn the volume of your radio, you guys. Turn it off. Turn off your radio completely. Hello? Welcome. What's your name?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
Okay, I'm Sylvester calling from Surulere.
You're what?
I am Sylvester by name, calling from Surulere.
Okay, Mr. Sylvester. Good evening, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. First off, I wouldn't know, but let me say this. Okay. Now, when we keep talking about zoning to the south, zoning to the north, zoning to the south, it's all about the north, it's all about the south. The question is this: can we switch it, or can we look at it this way? Can we just say it straightforward that this is about Yoruba and Hausa, straightforward, because all the south has been Yorubas and all the north has been Hausas, isn't it? So why do we deceive other tribes from the south? Because whenever we mention the south, it's all about the Yorubas. So we should just forget about the north and the south. Let's streamline it to the Yorubas and the Hausas. Simple. Because if we keep saying the Yorubas and the Hausas, we deny other tribe or other geographical zone from that particular area to vie. I wouldn't know if you get my point. Because if we keep saying this at the end of the day, some persons will like, okay, it has been zoned to the south, so you dare not come over anymore. You get my point? In which Yorubas have captured it. If it has to be Yorubas, strictly Yorubas versus Hausas, let's spell it out strictly. Because we've never witnessed an Igbo or an Ijo or an Ibudi or a Efik or a Dos in this game. It's always Yorubas. This is my submission. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So if you understand how the prism works, right, we have northern blocks. So for the south, you have the south-south, the southeast, and the southwest. So when they say turn of the south, that's basically what it means. So anybody from any of these blocks can emerge. Then you have the northeast, the north central, the northwest. Okay, so this three blocks composes of the entire north, the northeast, the north central, and the northwest. This actually, all these blocks comprises of the northern block. So when they say north and south, that's basically what it means. But you can't just generalize and say it's just Yorubas and Hausas. Nigeria does not belong to the Yorubas and Hausas alone. It's again, we're educating ourselves. Let's put off that idea. Turn down the volume of your radio when you call, please. 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's your name? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my sister. It's Ben from Iba.
Ben from Iba. Welcome, Ben. Why is your voice different today?
Okay. No, that's my voice. So you know, say my voice will change.
Welcome, Ben.
All right. As I see IDP camp, why is it that the governor cannot rebuild those houses? Why is it that the federal government cannot rebuild those people's houses? Was it not their houses that were destroyed? But is it American army that came? Is it French army? Is it foreign army that came that you say that they overpower Nigeria? Is it not non-state actors, terrorists that came and killed these people, burn their houses, take over their land, and these people, you camp them. Federal government and the state government, they are comfortable with them. In IDP camp, you can imagine the type of country we are running into now. Can you imagine? And the first lady now brought 1 billion naira for them. In IDP camp, IDP camp is worse than Nigerian prison. I used to say that it's better they push these people over to Nigerian prison, send them to prison than IDP camp. It is the worst thing that can happen to any human being. In prison, they are under roof. This place is just it's just forest, just like that. There's no medication, there is no food, there is no caring. It is kidnapping, drug abuse, armed robbery, everything that is embedded in that place. No care. About nearly 1 million people. Nobody, no feeding. It is too bad. Concerning the killing in the southeast, I have never heard Ahmed made any comment. Look at the way you are concerned about this thing.
Yeah.
What is the essence of Ahmed? Why is it that they are not concerned? That they are killing Igbos. They are killing. Why can't Ahmed go and meet the commissioner of police and know what is going on? Commissioner of police in the 5 Igbo states and know what is going on. Put pressure on them. Put pressure on the governors. They will never do that. Concerning this ADC and PDP, I prefer P2B to go back to PDP. And the PDP people should be very specific. They should only to southeast, not to south. If there's only to south, that means that during their primary, Shemo Kinge will come. Wike is from south. Wike is qualified to run. Wike will come and use money and bribe everything and capture it. At the end, when he's sure that he has captured it, he will say, okay, he's stepping down for Peter for his principal, that he cannot compete with his principal. So the person, if they know that they are serious, because PDP have only one lifeline, only one bullet, and that is P2B. Zoning to P2B's compound, not to tell us that you are zoning to south. Which south? Zoning to P2B. P2B is the only candidate Nigeria have now. Only candidate that pull crowd. And in this last caller that I was talking about Yoruba and people, we don't need such conversation again. We are past that one. There is no. We are past that one now. This is the first time an Igbo man is pulling crowd. He won in the North Central. If you the other time in Kaduna, they want to state 1 million much for him. The governor and they have to intervene.
Yeah. They were having local government elections. They gave valid reasons actually, and said they didn't want anybody to hijack it. And
let's not forget that the crowd they're afraid of it. Not there will be no violence. Opinions are very peaceful people.
No, but sir, you can't just say. Again, it's left for the state governor to say. It was his birthday agreed, but they just did not want any breakdown of law and order, and it's understandable.
Esther, the whole north now is for P2B. Tell you the truth. All north now, they are for P2B.
You can't be affirmative with that, or you can't be affirmative. You can't be affirmative.
Do you know that these people see P2B driving in their terrain where their own people are afraid to come? He drives with them. He doesn't come with a helicopter. And they are the thing is a very big challenge to Northerners now. They see what P2B is doing, identifying with them. P2B is not doing it for us. I service. He's the one that can fix this country. And P2B will never run on that article. ADC, they are just playing articles game. ADC is all about article. Everything there is article structure. They just want to say anyone that looks it, you should support the one that gets it. It is article that will get it at the end. Article is so desperate. And article is not qualified. It's not equal. You have a bad antecedent. I'm telling you the truth. If I didn't list his antecedents here, if I remember them, I'm afraid of the people that are supporting article. The people that are campaigning for article, I'm afraid of them. They are the enemies of this country. I'm telling you the truth. If you look at the antecedents of this man, he was vice president for 8 years. What were his proposals? What were those bills in the past? What were those ideas he shared with Obasanjo that Obasanjo refused?
All right, thank you, Ben. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ben, for calling. Okay. Ben, no, the finisher. Ben, thank you very much. The number to call is 08036929933 and the WhatsApp number is 081717563338. Hello, good evening, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
What you are saying about...
Hello, sir. What's your name?
My name is Beautiful Starlight.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. As we are talking about obedience and the PDP, I suggest that Obi should go to PDP. But only that everybody should be very careful for Obi goes to PDP. What of Wike will turn things outside down for him. That if everybody agreed to join the Southeast, everything will work fine. But Wike is the problem of Obi going to PDP. But for ABC, I don't support Obi to be the vice of Atiku. That's the own master. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. 08036929933. That is the number to call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
Hello? Hello?
I can hear you, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Hello?
I can hear you. What is your name?
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Ugwapo.
From Ikoto, Emmanuel from Ikoto. Emmanuel, please go ahead.
So, Emmanuel from Ugwapo. I'm not calling from Ikoto.
Okay, you were not speaking out. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So, my take on this matter now is this. They say, Atiku, the North. If the North cannot support P2B, if the ADC cannot give P2B the ticket, I would advise P2B to Ukuma drop, make him no go PDP or enter any other party. Make P2B step down, make him no contest again. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Because this North now, where you see now, they are very cunning. Now, they say they won't vote Tinubu out. Why can't they support Obi? Why can't they support the rightful person? Now Atiku is coming out. They want to hijack that power. That is my own stake. If they cannot support Obi to give Obi that ticket, let Obi no contest under any party. Make him just expect to go back. But they don't say they don't want to change Nigeria. Now my own stake be that.
All right, thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, welcome. I told you people, turn off your radio. Turn off your radio. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you? What's your name?
My name is Abraham.
Abraham, location, please.
I'm calling from Yanapaja side, Lagos.
All right, from Yanapaja. Please go ahead, Abraham.
Yeah. I think concerning this Obi and Atiku issue or the 2027, I don't think we should be self-centered concerning this.
Okay.
We all remember in 2023, both the Igbo and non-Igbo, we all voted and support Obi. Some voted, even though they no vote, support him. But one way or the other, he couldn't win. Now, I think the issue on the ground now, why I say we shouldn't be self-centered, is that we are looking at how we can deliver ourselves from this present government. So it shouldn't be just Obi alone. It shouldn't be. Anybody that could do it for now, we should rally around such a candidate. And let me tell you something. See, the North will not just turn away from where they are, which is APC, because Buhari dragged them there. They will just turn away and come and vote for Obi. So I think the best thing now is to allow Atiku to woo them into ADC by going first. That's what Tinubu did in 2023. He allowed Buhari to woo those people into APC. Then after his 4-year term, then he continued. And let me tell you one thing. Some people say Atiku has this, he has that. he has a bad president, and so on. See, let me tell you, we just need someone to drag us from here. See, when God used Moses to take the children of Israel from the land of Egypt, probably Moses could not have been the best candidate, but he's the one that can do it then.
All right. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
I can do
But I
it.
want you to
Can do it.
remember, do you know how long Tinubu has wanted to be a president? And the 2023 you're talking about, I think you're trying to refer to 2015.
Okay, 2015. Yeah, exactly.
But you know that Tinubu calculated it. In other words, you're telling, he calculated it that, okay, Buhari, go for 8 years, but
Yeah.
make sure your people support me afterwards.
Exact.
You understand?
Exact.
Are you
That's what
you're
Obi should
advising
do
Peter
now
Obi
too.
to wait till 2050 something or 2040 something? I don't
No,
get.
4 years. 4 years is okay for Atiku. Yes.
And you're very
See,
sure that by
Atiku
2031, that is the time of the North, they will now vote for Peter Obi?
Atiku just want, the North, see, this,
Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic.
hello.
I'm listening.
See, this zoning is not written anywhere. It's just a gentleman agreement. It may come to that time now, and the North will decide, okay, since our people have done it this year, okay, let us vote for Mr. Obi. It is possible.
Okay, no problem.
So what I'm saying is that whether Atiku is good now or it's not good, let him drag us from here. Then Obi will now be our Joshua. You know Moses took us from the land of Egypt, and it was Joshua that took us to the promised land. Let us look at it that way.
Thank you very much. But remember, Peter Obi said that by 2031, he will no longer be running. He said by then he'll be old and he's just going to step aside. So I don't know what time else. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther.
Yes, sir, good evening.
Yes, I'm happy. I'm advocating today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. May God bless you. Good work, my dear.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Let me just go to the point.
What's your name?
Can you hear me? I'm Samuel calling from Ojo.
All right, Samuel from Ojo. Please go. You're in a noisy environment, but go ahead.
All right, please, my sister. Let's be sincere. See, article, coming out to be a president of Nigeria, he showed that article does not want the goodness of this country. Article does not want the goodness of this country. If article wants the goodness of this country, he should come down and support whosoever is sincere to lead this country. And I will never support to be an advance anybody, or even to go back to PDP. Anywhere you want to stay, you must be a president candidate to that party. And I don't like what Obi is doing, saying that he will rule only 4 years. For what reason? Why is it that he has come to the Igbo time, now he become 4 years to rule? It's not done. It's not done. So my sister, please, let us call a spade a spade. If they will not make Obi the president, then we shall have to look to control it. Why will now start with come now to come and rule or to come and take over after 8 years?
All right,
after 8 years, my sister.
Thank you. Now, I want you guys to remember that we talked about a lot of other pertinent issues. We talked about security. We talked about insecurity being the order of the day. How the NSA is telling us that there's a significant reduction. Here we're hearing of death and kidnapping. You remember yesterday we heard about some students on their way to school, lost students that were kidnapped. And they said if the money is not paid, about 30 million naira, they'll begin to kill them off. You heard about a young boy who was killed in his home at 10:30 p.m. in Anambra State. All right, these are killings taking place on a daily basis. The Benue IDP members blocked the road because of insecurity, and now the NSA is saying that it's time for us to surrender. Okay, now that's not the only thing. All right, we talked about Joe Iwokwe and Shegu Shomi talking about ethnic bigotry. It's a very important thing. It's been introduced by politicians, and how politicians and government aides are promoting bigotry. It has gone so bad that they're even joining international communities, writing to international communities and profiling ethnic groups and saying that they're the ones prevalent in doing crimes. They're making it in so much so that if you travel out of the country now, somebody can say, I am Igbo, even if they are not, and they committed crime. And they want a situation where any crime that is committed, you don't say the person is a Nigerian. Instead of calling out crime is occurring everywhere. It has no respect of ethnicity. You have other places where they're beheading people. It's like it's a culture, but it's quiet. So there is a rising ethnic tension in the polity. If you're on social media, you see these individuals writing nonsense, and the government of the day is quiet. They're aiding it. I'm surprised that the politicians are coming out to talk now. You don't know how bad it was, but you kept quiet all this while. You guys, these are pressing issues, not just Peter Obi and 2027. These guys, whatever it is they want to do, let's talk about the unity of our country and how to resolve it. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Welcome. How are you?
Good evening. My name is Michael.
Michael, what's your location, please?
Calling from
Hello? Michael, it's like your network is bad. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Radio. Turn it off.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name?
My name is Felix, and I'm calling from Ogun State here.
Felix from Ogun State. Welcome.
Yes. You see, when I hear calculation of 4 years, this, that, support to this, that, the fact that in this country, we are not practicing rotation. Because if we're giving it to different ethnic groups to rule on a certain period of time, then if it is to be done that way, you'll agree with me, the other second party were not supposed to contest at all. Is it not true? On the radio. It's not to contest at all. Is it not true?
Go ahead.
But because it's not done that way, the simple truth is if OB cannot run, let him let go of it. It's not do or die affair. He said he wants to help Nigerians. Then if he's helping Nigeria, I don't see any reason why he should kill himself over it. Atiku himself, everybody knew that Atiku has nothing to offer. No.
You said
Atiku has nothing to
everybody.
offer.
I'm not part of you. Don't put me aside.
I am saying it. I am saying it.
You said everybody, excluding me.
Yeah, myself. I know he has nothing to offer. If he has something to offer, he has gone the first time, second time, third time. Is it a must you must rule? Must we always have an aging president, head of president? Let's try young ones too, please. That's my take.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Then these young ones, please come out. Please do. That's another thing to consider. If you're young and you're vibrant, indicate your interest. Join the politics. Be active in the politics. Let your name and your voice begin to resonate. Let's see the good deeds you're supposed to do, so we don't rely on the old ones. Hello, good evening. How are you? Why would I not hear much? Then we'll tell you now. Turn off your radio. Una no go here. Every time, one thing. Nigerians will not stop on. Oh. Hello, good evening. How are you? See this one again. I never talk finish. This one to put on for speaker. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Well done, sir. God bless you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Sheyi from Surulere.
Sheyi from Surulere. Sheyi, you have a very good voice. Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes. Please, about the GDP doing this thing. We know that our federal governments are doing in and all this security, and our soldiers, they are the same. So they are using us to do politics, because our president cannot talk because of his most of all those our military people, they are Hausa, and he's trying to get votes from them. So it's among all those things that is stopping our security way. So we should just leave that matter with him. It's among of him failure. That is the only thing that I know about this thing. Mm-hmm. Then about Obi and Obi movement and this thing. For me, I used to say it very well. No matter how, even though they do the election anytime, any day, he thought that Obi go sit. He will just divide one of them votes. It's better if you go to PDP. Problem will still be there, because when you say that they should zone, it's not inside written that they should zone. But Wike and this Ibadan governor, to want to contest, Wike want to contest. So can you tell me that they should not contest because of Obi? It's not possible.
Yeah, sure.
So all of them will now contest. And then when they contest, we can Obi still lose. That means we will still give opportunity to the same Tinubu that we are trying to really pursue.
Okay.
Then, if you now say that we should not go to PDP again, for me, what Obi needs now, for now, according to what we see as political way now, Obi no have chance for now between Tinubu or Atiku. He no have chance for that way at all, because even though Atiku stepped down, which I believe, even if I'm being Atiku brother, I would not allow him to step down.
Okay, so what do you suggest he should do? He should not contest.
For me, for now, make you not just contest. No, it contest. But if you want to contest, you should not contest for whether he's going to president. He should put one of them so that they will not give him chance the next one, or he should just step down. Because if you let's say he go to PDP now, they will later give him the chance to run in PDP.
All
so
right,
what will happen is that he will not divide
the votes.
Yoruba vote from Tinubu. You know, Tinubu now have already believed that you will just take like maybe 3 states, then you will not take all South here. But Obi will now become thing that he will reduce that vote for Tinubu for that election. He will not, when he divide this thing, Atiku have already stand on it. Matter how inside 19 states, at least he will take like 13. So he now try to divide this side, that at least make him just take only one, when all these one have already divided their own.
Okay.
So that is the reason why I say the only thing that Obi can do for now is to just step down for 2 of them. No matter how, no way. If you go to ADC, he can't win Atiku for primary. If you go to PDP, Wike is already be there to divide with that place. So that is the only thing that he can do. Maybe just leave them or support one.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, good evening. How are you? Sorry for keeping you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. Sorry for keeping you. What's your name, please?
Madam Esther, how are you doing?
I'm fine. What's your name?
My name is Emmanuel, calling from Okoko.
Okoko Michael.
Michael.
Hello.
You see, concerning what is going on, the topic we are discussing this evening, I think the bone of contention should be that, first of all, is Nigeria looking for a way to remove the present administration, or we are looking for a Nigeria that is more functional than what we are experiencing?
Okay.
If we are looking for a way to remove the current administration, the Nigerians should not be too desperate to now look for a way to substitute and still put the same set of people that are there.
Okay.
We know that if we want to be sincere with ourselves as we speak now, Peter Obi seems to be the only credible and then very person who has the good antecedents and integrity that can bring back a functional Nigeria. And then I feel that whichever be the case, he should try and not to deputize Atiku, because if Atiku's intention is not the same as he is, people might probably conclude that they are both doing it together. But so be it. If Atiku can be nice to Nigerians, of course the same love will be transferred to Peter Obi. So I wouldn't want him to risk deputizing Atiku when Atiku's intention is quite different from that of Obi. You see, as we speak today, Obi is loved. It's not just love politically, but it's love naturally. So, and then I believe that if the mass love you, then you are good to go. We just want a country that is very, very functional, that can enable everybody to thrive and live. This life is so short, and why should we be dying unnecessarily? And please, I want, thank God that I want to chip this in. I'm not trying to speak on behalf of one particular tribe or to condemn a tribe. Because of the insecurity that is going on in Nigeria now, I don't know if Lagos state government can help us to verify those small houses along Okoko. There are some people that are living there close to the road. They will just create. You cannot even see what is going on inside. They will create something like a table. They will cover themselves up. We don't know the kind of life they are living inside that thing, and that thing is almost around Lagos now. And we cannot. We are.
Hello.
Talking all this are happening around us. So if the Lagos State can, hello, can you hear me?
All right, you got.
Hello,
we
can you
lost
hear
you a
me?
little
Can you
bit
hear?
there. You said along what axis
Hello?
that persons are doing what?
Are you talking? What did you say?
I'm speaking to you. You said along what axis?
What did you say? Yeah, along Okoko. If you go to Okoko now, you will see small construction of a table. They will use something like a tarpaulin to cover it, and that thing is very much. People are still staying there, and it's majorly some particular tribe of people. So if I'm not saying they should go there and then scatter it, but they should ensure that what is inside those things are safe, and then there are things that we can see around the society, so that they don't use that one to harbor unnecessary instruments or equipment that can harm the society or the people of Lagos State. So I'm calling on Lagos State government to help us to verify that environment if it is safe, so that and if it is not safe, so that you can do the proper thing before it is too late.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lagos State government, I hope you heard what he said. Please investigate if those people are legally meant to be there, or those structures are legally meant to be there. Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir.
You are giving people too much time, oh.
I'm gonna sorry. Today.
It's Oga Joe from Bariga.
Oga
Joe from Bariga.
Welcome. Oga Joe, take your time. Go ahead.
I beg, Esther, let us bring this politics down.
Thank you.
Or home. Esther, what do Nigerians want about this? You know, we were not having opposition before. PDP was this man kind of they break things or something like that. Then we were crying, say, please, we want opposition, we want opposition, and one don't come. Thank God. We thank God that one came. What are our people talking again? Talk this, stay on the line, talk blah, 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 talk this, is against this, Obi, Atiku. Sure, this is a coalition something. Sure, within them, they get brain, they get eye, they get hand, they get leg. They know what they're supposed to do in the coalition thing. Why are we suggesting for them? Suggesting things that are not what is supposed to be. Obi, Atiku, this, Obi will chairman this, Atiku will chairman this. If they're not chairman this, we are not going to vote for Obi. We are not going to. Some people will even come and talk against Atiku. Castigate him. Look, Esther, I'm not happy with what is happening.
Sorry.
Because we fought for this opposition.
Exactly.
We fought for this opposition against APC.
No,
and I'm one of them. I was so happy. I was so happy when this opposition came up.
So I think the complaint by a lot of Nigerians is that the composition or the opposition supposedly just came up. A majority of them are members that left the PDP. And the also bone of contention is that Atiku is a serial campaigner, and that when it is now time for the South, Atiku is still putting his head in the front. That was what created the imbroglio in the PDP from 2023 that made the PDP what it is today.
But Esther.
And it was the PDP that brought up this gentleman thingy. Okay. Let's do like Esther, this 8 years. Let's do like
Esther,
this 8
wait,
years.
You don't know. I don't like to stay too much online.
Okay.
You see, Esther. You remember when we formed this coalition? We said, I beg go, even if Obi, even if na God, even if na Atiku, we want to remove this power from APC.
Okay.
No matter who will be the champion this presidency. That was what we said. All of us agreed together. Okay. We used to talk every day. So I don't want to consume your line, please.
Okay.
Good night, my dear.
Good night, Joe. I think that is true. People were like anybody. So he's not understanding why it is Obi or nothing now. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good
how
evening.
Are you? Welcome, Dami.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Where are you calling us from, please?
Fine. So I'm calling from Papa.
From where? Apapa?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate that Nigerians we don't see, we act as if we are gods, and we actually don't talk about 2026. It's as if after December 2025, the next month
It's
is
2027.
January 2027, and only God knows who we see. We haven't even seen the end of this year. These people, these politicians, and the rest, Nigerians are the ones that are bothered. These people are not bothered. Do you understand? And I'm worried why they are so worried. The main issue, they still have a whole lot of time. Yes, despite how short it was, despite how long it could be, it's still short. Nevertheless, we are carrying too much heavy. We are having too much headache about this. Even Nigerians are not even concerned about governance anymore. Nigerians are concerned about politics, and that's what they want. That is what they want. They want us to believe. They want us to think in that political line. They want us to think about and take away our minds away from governance. The killings here, the killings there. It's all about the deficiencies of governance. Let's talk about the problem that we have right now. Yes, let's tomorrow we handle tomorrow, but today, this present country that we have right now, what's happening in this country? Let's face what is happening. I am sure that if Nigeria is working fine, most of this opposition, they might not have that kind of voice that they have. I mean, nobody has called to say this government is doing fine. This government is bad. Let's talk about government. Let's put politics aside right now. If you keep talking about politics, people are dying every day.
Damn, I raised up all the other issues, though. All of them are focusing on coalition, APC, Taubi.
Yes,
there are other
and
pertinent issues I raised
my
here.
problem is that why do they talk about this? Is about this coalition is still politics. I'm talking about the government,
They
the
like
governance.
politics. Now politics.
How the life of people are being treated. That is what we should be talking about right now.
All right. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much,
much.
Dami, for calling. All right. But Dami, you would have actually picked on any of the issues to discuss too. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther.
Welcome, sir. Sir, you called me like
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your
Hello.
name? I can hear you. I can hear you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Okudele. I'm calling from Alagwate.
Okudele. Welcome, Okudele. Because go ahead.
Yes, sir. We're talking about the life of Nigerians and the dividing of Nigerians.
Yes.
The issue here is this. The politicians have used us and abandoned us. During the election, they will divide us. You see, if Nigerians, we use our brain, how many are these politicians that are using us? Nigeria is more than 200 and something in number. But few people who are not up to 1/4 or 2/4 of Nigeria are using us. They will tell you this is an Igbo man, this is a Yoruba man, this is a Hausa man, this and this. They will just scatter Nigeria just because of their selfish interest. And we followers will come fool to them because we believe they will give us 5,000 or 10,000. We just bow down before them. They are standing on our mandate. If Nigeria will remember that they beg us to vote for them. We did not beg them to vote for us, but they beg us to vote for them, and we'll give them our mandate. After giving them our mandate, and they're using us, and we're happy, we should go back and ask ourselves questions. Why are these people using us? Is it longer throat or what? So when we ask ourselves questions, that is now when we will now come back with our right senses. Then we'll now decide if we are going to continue with their slave or not. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Okudele. Thank you. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Esther Machugo.
Welcome, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you, how are you?
I'm okay. Is this Zaranade?
Okay, yeah. Is it Nadia Sadi?
You don't tell. Zaranade.
Esther, I want to ask questions.
I'm going to ask.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Esther, do you remember during the Christmas time? This media businessman traveled to the east.
Yes.
When he was coming back, he was accompanied by this.
Yes. He took the escort with him. Yeah.
and they stopped them. Military stopped them. They wanted to kill them.
Yes.
Or not a call came from this thing. This
No
thing to
call
tell them
came.
that
It was
these are the real military men.
guys that asked and said, okay,
Do you
fine,
remember?
let
Yes,
them
exactly.
call. If not,
Esther, do you remember the one of Asari Dokubo?
Yes.
Saying that they kill Igbo people, water. Okay, why all these things? You still believe in what Soludo was saying? Yes, there was several times they pick a Fulani this in herdsmen with this thing. Some of them when they went to kidnap people, they attack when these people would just confront them. The security men, this vigilante would just confront them. When they pick them, the police will say they should release them. They'll hand over to the police. The police will release them. Do you remember all these things? But you are still believing on what Soludo said.
So are you saying that there's no one?
If I'm the one that said it now, they will say that no, this is I have nothing to back it up. I have nothing to back it up. Can Soludo prove it that 90% of this thing was Igbo? Esther, well, that's the question I want to ask.
Right,
and let me round up by asking again. If you can just think about what I said, then you conclude. Then you don't have to believe when these people in government come and say something, because people will just fight it. By November now, they got the contest for you contest for a governorship just for you to remain in office for the second time. They can say everything to please people so that they can please people in power, so that they can just you will still remain in power. You will still remain just for these 4 years that remain, you will still complete it. That is why you can say anything, but I believe at the end we will judge. At the end we will tell. Esther, finally, I want to ask. Can you tell me the kind of business this Tinubu wife was doing for her to dishing out 1 million every time, and the son? I keep asking this until somebody respond to me. Nigeria they don't want to ask this question. Somebody will just come out and spend the million. You cannot ask the person, how do you get that money? Here, even this thing, Tinubu will get involved. They will just impeach him for the wife to be dishing out money that way, and the son. Without they cannot just prove that. Look at the business they're doing. That give them millions of naira. That is why they're spending it. Esther, have a great day, my dear. My greeting to Choma, great Choma, because for long now I've not spoken with her. Have a great day. Have a blessed evening.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Good.
Welcome. What's your name, sir? Onga don't get call. All right, let me start off with messages. I'm going to start off on YouTube. It's been a while. I actually read out YouTube messages. Okay, so Charles Ike says the country has reached its limits. The only way out is changing the order. Article still represents the old order. Only Peter Obi can do things differently. Obviously, this is not going to be easy. Onyedika Victor says anyone that won't support any of the outcome of the coalition should leave the coalition alone. And for Joe Igbokwe, is it not his principle that is fomenting the tribalism? That's fomenting it. Again, Okeke says, I'm tired of this country. Because Ikenna, don't be tired. If you're tired, what do you want me to do? Chukwuode says, no, it's not here. Edosa says, good evening. Oh, yes. Negro Pop says, who is deceiving you? Ha, Nigeria. This person said, hi, laddie. Mishaila says, Nigerians and hypocrisy 5 and 6. Can you expatiate further in what context? Tommy Singh says, anyone supporting APC, them need to visit Yaba Left or Arrow. They just put tribalism outside here. The country is not easy these days. I'm a Yoruba man, but I will still vote for Obi or nothing. All right, Abidin Ademo, hope you will have voters card, Sha. Lawson Amadi, my take is if Peter Obi cannot fight for electoral reform, he shouldn't try going in the Sharpie of 2027 because they will rubbish him and his obedience unless they plan on hitting the streets. Abidin says, rather than spreading unverified claims from the comfort of air-conditioned spaces, Nigerians deserve fact-based criticism that is grounded in reality. It's time for constructive discourse, that is. Aberdeen, why don't you start off the constructive discourse and read out the facts from your perspective if the facts are not being reeled out from the comfort of your home or office, wherever it is that you are. Okay, Tracy Jacobin at Aberdeen, rest now. Well, he's entitled to his opinion, but I wish he'll reel out the constructive facts and all of that from his own comfort. Ogwebo Neka says, Esther, if it's a 6 geopolitical zone, why is it that Southeast have never been allowed to be president? At least South Jonathan has ruled, and Yorubas have done. Then why is Atiku coming to do? Tommy Sin says, me and all my family and friends and area, we are ready. We know they do cho. They show workings. By the grace of God and unity in Nigeria, Obi go enter. Amen. Abidin again. Bidin. Lawson Amadi says, Esther, Pio shouldn't contest. Though. Why? Because the North will not give him the ticket in ADC because they want Tinubu out. And they will do it. Peter Obi should leave this fight for Tinubu and the North. I think the stuff is succeeding. Because you guys are already giving up. You're already giving up. You're advising him to give up. Why would anybody give up for anybody? Why? If he contests and loses, no problem. Why should he drop out of the race? He's a southerner. If you're a southerner, you can contest. Why are you asking him to drop out? For goodness sake. I don't understand. Are we not in a democratic setting? Well, okay. Howdy. Mweka Blessing, please, Esther, read my message. Esther, please tell people that supporting Atiku, that we regret it. Instead of supporting Atiku, let Tinubu continue. We all know how Atiku and OBJ ruled us before they nearly sell Nigeria. Okay, a lot of back and forth. Thomason says, Esther, you say make youth buy form. Where the money day? If you buy form and them say you get a lot of people where they support you, that's the time you will now know EFCC and DSS are working. Good evening, my sister Esther. Thank you. Peter Obi, go and form your own party if you want to be relevant in Nigerian politics. Alternatively, join a coalition with any party other than ADC and Labour parties. Obi, stop wasting your time. Well, this is somebody talking. Ademola says, divide Nigeria before Nigeria divide Nigerians. Time will tell. Tinubu is punishing for time till when? After 2031. Okay, these are all the messages on YouTube. Let's continue on WhatsApp. Okay, quite a lot of messages here. Good evening. Sincerely, Tinubu has failed since he became president. Nothing the West as a people gained from his government. The Songo Bridge is still uncompleted. The Agbado-Oja Bridge is still there, uncompleted too. Only his cohorts are enjoying the government. So please, it's not all Yoruba supporting this government. He is on his own. Please, Yomi from Omole, Lagos. All right, Yomi boy, it's just 2 years, though. It's just 2 years. And he says that magic cannot work it out in 2 years. So is it possible for you guys to wait and see how the next 1 year round will be? Good evening, Esther. Mr. Obi never said he will not run in 2031. He said he might not run in 2031. Please, VOP is an honest station, but sometimes you don't allow people's opinion. Thank you. Good night. What's your name and who said so? Okay, who says so? He says that by 2031, he may not contest, he may not run because he'll be old by then. Please go check it out. And you're already airing your opinion, so who is stopping you? I read out your opinion just now. Harry Wester, in my opinion, Obi should just step down and leave the elections entirely for now and stay neutral. He has done enough time to organize himself and a party, or maybe even register a party. No constitution says anyone must rule for 8 years. We need Obi more than he needs us, and he needs to take his time to properly strategize. As for insecurity, it has gotten out of hand because the government has been behind it from the start, and they are not willing to do anything about it. Bigotry is a tool in the hands of dirty politicians, and they will continue to use it, which is why I believe that rather than kill each other even by words of mouth, let there be a separation and let people leave. Mate. Esther, please help me here. Ever since Senator Azuta Umbata was crowned Ohaneze head, I have never heard him made any comment as a representative of the social cultural group. Is he there just to make up for numbers of Igbos in diaspora? We knew the era of Chief Obiozo, Iwanyawo and others. No comment has ever been accredited to this gentleman as expected. Again, people are now advising Obi to stay back for Atiku. Can they also advise Atiku to do exactly what Tinubu did? Because Buhari commanded large followership just as Obi is commanding now, and now here he is. Atiku joined his northern brothers against Jonathan because of turn of the north. His self-ambition is what tore PDP into shreds now, yet he has not seen any reason to sacrifice at least one term. Nwafo from Ikorodu. Greetings to you. You're saying young and vibrant youth should come out and contest the election. I ask if Shurore isn't there. What is wrong with the press putting anything and everything about Shurore into our subconscious so that the whole talk of those old girls called Tinubu, Atiku, and even Obi should be relegated? What is it, self? Sazi from Ogudija. Sazi, calm down. Calm down. Bonsoir, Esther Wachuku. I'm Engineer Ojekalo from Benin Republic. I want to ask why Yorubas and Northwesterners don't like Igbo persons to become president of Nigeria. I'm sorry, Nigeria belongs to Yorubas and Northerners. If they deny this to an Igbo, Nigeria will divide already. First, Buhari and Tinubu has divided Nigeria. Okay, well done. Greetings, Esther, and your guest. There's no guest today, not only me, Gabriel. Esther, some narratives people are pushing out against PDP is totally wrong and unacceptable. They portray PDP as being in disarray. This is totally wrong. Few governors and few stomach infrastructural politicians defected from PDP, which are not even up to 1,000 in number, does not mean that PDP is finished. Obi has a better chance under PDP. Good a thing that the obedience has said that anywhere he goes, they are going with him. Imagine all the obedience joining all the members of PDP. In fact, great result will follow. Esther, let Obi maintain that 4 years he spoke of. His result will make Nigerians to call on him to come back again like they are doing to Jonathan now. On security, God is showing Nigerians why they should vote APC out. They are more interested in politics than in the lives of Nigerians. They went to Kenya and kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, but turned their eyes away from Fulani terrorists that are committing ethnic cleansing in our land. Gabriel from Ikorodu. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. Okay, does the North and the South mean Yoruba and Hausa? If our argument is always on the zoning of presidency to the North and South, why are the Yorubas always preferred for the South? We have 2 Yoruba presidents and 2 presidents from Katsina State. Let us get someone strong enough to get this APC and Tinubu out of power. All those people talking on the radio will not come out to vote when the area boys come out. Peter Obi going to PDP will make Tinubu cruise to power again in 2027. Let us drop our pride and allow Atiku and Obi to come together and push this government out of power. Atiku was not convicted by any court of competent jurisdiction, so no one should call him a criminal. Igbos should drop their pride and the VP and be qualified for president. Yorubas did it and now they are enjoying the presidency. Audu from Dokwemu. Okay, I'm not in support of Obi going back to PDP. Onoha Michael from Greenfield Estate, Agor Okota. Okay, Onoha, Una talk plenty here. Go on different advice. Good evening, Esther. The problem of Nigeria started after the amalgamation, but compounded by Zik and Ironsi, with badly lopsided appointments and removal of regionalism and true federalism. 37 federal appointments went to Igbo, 10 to Yoruba and 8 to the North. During the coup, all the 8 from the North were killed, 2 killed from Yoruba and none from Igbo land. The solution to Nigeria's problems is true federalism and resource control. Nobody can accuse anyone else again. You use your resources to develop at your pace. We don't need any solidarity, it won't work. Let everyone control their resources and that will put an end to mistrust and fear of marginalization. Emmanuel. Good evening, Esther. Thank you very much. Babeji from Oshodi. Esther, if ADC Atiku is formed for the good of the poorest of the poor of the people of this country, they should do their best to zone their presidential slot to the southeast and Peter Obi. Likewise, PDP, if they have realized their 2023 mistake and had repented like Nigerian Boko Haram and bandits, they should be sincere enough to zone their presidential slot to the same southeast and to Peter Obi too. For Peter Obi is a Nigerian choice. Good evening, my sister. How's your day? Thank you. Thanks for your good job. God Almighty will continue to give His mercy upon you. Amen. Please, for those of us calling should off the radio, or you should help us cut their call. Ayanwale Kainde Hussein Bababeji and anywhere from Oshodi. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, Esther. Must we discuss politics every day? Can we focus on other things troubling us? Angel from Akowajo. Angel, I talked about other things, so I cannot tell the people what they want to react or respond to, okay? But you can call and talk about other issues. Be deviling us, please. I raise them out here. The pedestrian bridge at the 5-star bus stop in Yanusolo has been collapsed since last year. Yet the Lagos state government has done nothing. This afternoon, a woman hawking groundnut was struck by a speeding vehicle and died instantly. How many more lives must be lost before action is taken? Ola from Ali Mosho. Good evening, Esther Wachuku. The issue of insecurity is a very serious matter in the country. Imagine my own cousin lured his own brother and cut off his head for ritual in Ore yesterday, and the angry mob now beat him to death. We are not safe in Nigeria. God from Iba. That boy was your cousin? Jesus Christ. Wow. Wow. Okay. Good evening, Esther. My name is Simon Achuba. My candid question to Atiku is why can't Atiku support Peter Obi to complete a southern remaining 4-year term? My second question to Atiku is what if Tinubu wins 2027 election as a result of Atiku's ego? Won't Atiku, stay for the 4 years of Tinubu's second term before he can contest again in 2031? And again, Obi shouldn't by mistake or intentionally join PDP even if consensus ticket is offered to him. Wike will completely disgrace him politically and bury his political career. Good evening, Esther and the guest. Mr. Vitalis from Okota. Esther, please, Nigerians should remember that we are dealing with Fulanis and not Hausans. If we understand the Nigerian history very well, who told them that Fulanis will support Obi after Atiku? Who told them? Bye, Esther. Good evening, Esther. I want to advise Peter Obi not to go to PDP because it's a trap for him. Since Wike is there, it is a trap. He may get to know when it is too late. Chris from Ojo. Good evening, Esther. Some of us assume that immediately Atiku clinches ADC's ticket and Obi deputizes him, it is automatic victory for them. Again, who says Atiku cannot renege on his pledge to do just one term? We better be smart and shine our eyes. APC is not sleeping. They're also strategizing Olumba. Okay? And who says Tinubu cannot replicate the over 5.8 million votes and even surpass the votes in 2027? Remember, APC controls 13 out of 19 states in the north, and those governors would want to deliver their states. Olumba. All right, another reasonable thought. Good evening, my sister. Please address this issue. Should people stop attacking other people's ideal? Just say your own. I think one of the solutions in this country is only when we start using our laws, then we'll be able to have a good leader. By Double Grace from Ejibo. Good evening, Esther. Coalition is the best thing that will happen to the masses of this country. I highly believe that any party that can take over from this APC must do better no matter who the party's presidential candidate is, be it Atiku, Obi, or even Showore. Nigerians are dying under the watch of this ruling party. CY Honesty from Isolo. Alright, we have a lot of vacancies, party like Accord. Let Obi go there, not ADC or PDP, Elder Deacon or Mafuluko Oshodi. Atiku is not as genuine as he seems. I have worked under a system that made me have a first-hand experience of Atiku giving out bribery in US dollars during PDP primary elections in Akpakpa here in Lagos. Barrister Darlington, take note. Uche Chukwu Emmanuel Chiani from Ejibo. Barrister Darlington, no day here. Una won't call him inside. Okay. Good evening, Esther. Nonsense is nonsense. Americana from Ago. All right, from Robert, what happened to the security network that Soludo set up in Anambra State? Why can't they protect their people? It's unfortunate to hear about the death of the young man. Life is meaningless now in Nigeria. To be honest, that is so sad. If you see this young man that they killed there, fine boy, fine man, fine man, they just wasted the guy. Hi. Good evening, Esther. What is happening now? This radio signal has been there's another radio station interfering with your signal. All right, James from K2 Mile 12, you've been saying this, they're working on it. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think another radio station's channel or signal, and it's been reported to the NBC. I think they are monitoring it and they have to deal with it. They will have to tell that radio station to reduce their bandwidth. So thank you very much for taking note of this. Let Obi hold on for Atiku to punch Tinubu out in order to achieve their struggle. Akini from Ajigunle Akpakpa. Obi can still go for next president after Atiku because he is young. Good evening, Esther. This one, they don't want to give the Igbo to rule. For me, I will say 2027, all Igbos should not vote if they are serious. By that time, Nigeria will allow the Igbos to rule. EDC from Ogun State. They don't send anybody. If anybody doesn't vote, you've allowed them to win. I don't know this one you're talking. Esther, most of your callers are too sentimental, especially the Igbos, because of Peter Obi. Where were Peter Obi when Atiku brought his people together? If Obi fails to pick the ticket and become VP to Atiku, is it a sin? These people believe that with the mass, Obi can win. Never. Let them come together, join as APC did. Nana from Egbeda. Those supporting Peter Obi to go back to PDP or he remains in Labour Party and are APC members. Nana. NSA telling us that insecurity has reduced under this administration. Does this man live in Nigeria at all or in the moon? Few days ago, 27 people were killed, mass burial been given to them in Plateau State in a truck. Kidnapping and killing going on here and then the southeastern part of Nigeria. The question now is, who are these unscrupulous elements and their sponsors, and why are the government not fishing them out and dealing with them according to the law? Mr. Ibukwe should tell us another thing. Which party has been carrying out this ethnic bigotry? Your guess is is as good as mine. Well, we are watching as the planet is listening. Comrade Abraham. So OBJ ruled 8 years, Yaradua 2 years, GEJ 6 years, Buhari 8 years. Now, if Tinubu ruled 4 years now, it means that the North have 10 years, while the South have ruled 18 years since democracy began. Godwin from Festac. Good evening, Esther. Why is it that EFCC does not want to arrest Tinubu's wife about the money she has been donating about? Her office is not constitutionally recognized, therefore she deserves to be interrogated about all money she is throwing about in form of donations. Emeka from Abisoyin State. So all the money that Peter Obi has been donating, they should also investigate him, Abi. So these people that have had money over time, do you know that that woman has been a senator from time immemorial along with her husband? They've been getting money there now. They have plenty money. Good evening, Esther. Obi should never advise Atiku because it's Igbo's turn to rule, or this country only made for Hausa and Yoruba. Alex from Ikotu. I'm not getting any intellectually edifying opinion from you guys this evening, no. Everything, Obi should do this, Obi should do that. When we get matter, we were supposed to talk. Esther, how do you see some people living in IDP camp in their state and first lady sending them money? Why can't she use that money to rebuild their destroyed villages? Obi have visions for Nigeria more than any politician for now. That is why most people who don't want Nigeria to be good is attacking him. Okay, from Olodia Papa. Good evening, Esther. How are you? If Wike is completely removed from PDP and ticket is microzone to Southeast, Obi may consider PDP. IK from Ikoto. All right. VPs have been denied access to the presidents by their close cabinet members, and people want Obi to be VP to do that. Okay. Esther, so you're the only person in the studio today. Barrister Darlington and Mr. Tony Mbata, the gladiators, are resting from their morning interesting fight. So I don't expect them to be around this evening. I guess they won't have strength for you and your APC Wahala this evening. Esther, they'll never leave you. Okay, Esther, good evening. Leko from Lagos. Obi won the 2023 elections. Tony Okocha said it twice in an interview in Rivers, saying how they rigged it for Tinubu. So through this, they made Yakubu turn Obi from number 1 to number 3. Now Obi is the bride that Nigerians are looking for as a savior. If ADC delegates chooses Atiku over Obi, then let Obi just resign from politics, because since it's some low-grade mind delegates that will determine Nigerians' fate, all because of money, the highest bidder. What if Nigerians want to be liberated? Let them choose Obi, and Atiku support him by collapsing his structure for Obi. Let Nigerians make sure that the Senate pass electoral bill and pass it into law. Also make it mandatory all elections be in one day. If they do so, free and fair elections without vote buying, Agbar intimidation, cash and carry, INEC and judiciary conspiracy, APC won't win one state. They know. That is why they're creating this ethnic, religious and tribal bigotry. It's a shame the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly there was a country. Good evening, please. Atiku is too desperate. He only needs power. He cannot govern. Mr. Obi knows what to do. Monday from Okota. Please, what that caller said about Okoko Michael along the road is more than truth. That is where they sleep, and many things follows. Oh, wow. Okay, sometimes it's not enough to say people are profiling the Igbo for what is happening in their land. When the average Igbo man most times lettered individuals or Esther would come out on national radio or TV stating if Kanu no come out, no peace. What do you expect? Well, okay, I don't understand what you're saying. When did Esther come out on national radio stating... I don't know what you mean. Please rewrite your message for better comprehension, because it's been I'm miscomprehending what you mean. So please rewrite it. Good evening, Esther Wachiku. It's just 2 years. It is just 2 years. Later, it will soon become it's just one term. See as I just they look you. Mr. Sam from O'Reilly. Esther, who is occupying the homes of people in the IDP camp? How can you live in your ancestral home as a slave? Who is occupying these local government areas while the indigents fled? Joe from Bariga. Good evening, Esther. We're talking about 2027 while we are facing economic challenges. Obi should rethink of going to Aso Rock with Labour and without ADC. Obi for Aso Rock 2027. Security. Whoever gave Fulani AK-47 should restore security confidence in Nigeria. Soludo should verify and update us on the killer of that businessman. Thanks. Chibuzo from Ejigbo. Good evening, Esther Ade from Lagos. For the massacre that took place in Yawata in Benue State, in which the president couldn't be reached saying the road is bad, in which the governor turned returned a condolence visit to a campaign. Now, with your First Lady donating 1 billion naira to your water massacred victims, I want to ask, does the First Lady's office recognize in the Constitution? Is it recognized? Which money is she donating? Is it higher than Nigerians' sweat? Is this not a vote buying against 2027 elections? Because she's been donating money up and down like Father Christmas in July. Why don't this government deal with insecurity so that IDPs and people can go back to their homes to farm and take care of themselves? Not this cash and carry approach of solving issues, which has not worked, but it would be reluted. It's a shame the worst of us is really ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. On the issue, good evening, Esther. No restriction, no restraint, no surrender should be our motto. Atiku is not too loved. The houses are not in support. A Fulani agenda leader. Those advising Obi to withdraw, saying this based on the affair of Obi and tribal motive for Obi and Igbo man to integrate the Igbos from coming back to their previous position before the war. Ken from Lagos. On the issue of tribalism, do you know that this act has gotten even to a judiciary where once your name sounds different from the indigens, you must lose your case or be frustrated out? Wow, Ken. Esther, I told our Igbo brothers killing themselves. You and Oga Darlington said I am lying. Nobody said you're lying. I gave you my WhatsApp number. You said you wanted to tell me some things and I sent my WhatsApp number to you. You haven't reached out and said anything as to what you know. So again, call or send a message. Let me know what you know. Let's look into this. Esther, this one where you did shout fine man. God understand, Sha. Yes. Have you seen the young man's picture? Very fine man. He's a very fine man. For real, and a hustler. Guy they hustle well. Everyone can attest to it. I'm not just saying it. Good evening, Esther. If Obi that we support decides to go alone, he will win the election, but INEC will never announce him as the winner. And even if he goes to court with clear evidence, Justice Kekere Okunle Judiciary will never judge in favor of Obi. So Obi, please, I'm begging you to join the coalition, either president or vice. As far as I'm concerned, I don't need this current government in 2027. Comrade Collins from Alimosho. God bless VOP. Thank you. Nigerians, good evening, Esther Wachuku. The problem with Nigerians is that they don't know what they want. And even if they claim to know what they want, they don't mean what they want. Nigerians haven't learned anything yet from APC since 2023. What they are seeing now will be for 4 years, and Obi goes to another party. Atiku will not smell that office even in 2031. Okay, Esther, there is nothing wrong. Igbos need to be thinking and developing their homes. The Nigerian state doesn't want them, yet doesn't want them have their Biafra. Igbos never invaded but bought lands and developed them. All most Yorubas want is abandoned Igbo properties, which will not happen. Changing streets and bus stops names will not solve the problem. Unfortunately, Tinubu till date hasn't seen anything wrong, even when his aides are involved. Peter Obi should pitch tent with ADC or hold on till 2031. PDP and Labour Party are gone with Weekend and Bury are now 5 and 6. Since Supreme Court gave Imo State whom they feel as governor, the insecurity hasn't left that state one time most peaceful state. That's not ordinary. Imagine the governor of a state residing in Abuja. Chai. In all this, Mr. President is more concerned about 2027. Something is definitely wrong with Nigerian politicians. God deliver Nigeria. Chijioke from Isolo. Good evening, Esther. The young man that was killed in Anambra State on Sunday, his real name is Ife Sinachi Martins Onyekesi. Alright, thanks. Ikechukwu Eziobi, NNPC Ejibo Lagos. Alright, well done. Joseph from Sunere. Esther, we're busy talking about Peter Obi, Atiku and voting, and we have forgotten that Mahmoud Yakubu is still the INEC chair. INEC is waiting for us come 2027. Well, by October, Mahmoud Yakubu will exit in that position, so there's already lobbying going on who will replace him. Aldo has re-echoed what I have always said. Let me add that Obi would be the most confused person on earth if he goes back to the PDP. If he was a small boy, I would have sat him down, straightened his face, holding his shoulder and asking him, young man, are you okay? Your head correct, so? Waiting at the hearsay you won't forget for PDP. Well, let that news just remain in the realm of speculation. I'm tired of this 2027 election talk, I beg. Tay, alright. Hello, good evening. How are you? 080-3692-9933. That's the number. 080-3692-9933. That is the number to call. Hello, good evening. How are you? 080.
Hello?
Yes, how are you? Good evening.
Hello, sir.
Yes, how are you?
Good evening. I'm not hearing you. If you can hear me.
All right, I can hear you.
My name is Obina, calling from Ejubo.
All right, Obina from Ejubo. Go ahead.
Okay. Whenever I hear Ohaneze Ndigbo, I get angry. I take them not serious. They are not serious. Again, I have an Hausa friend.
Okay.
That say that they know that Obi is the best candidate, but they are afraid of division of Nigeria. They don't want anybody that will divide Nigeria.
I don't understand. What does that mean?
I say I have an Hausa friend. When we are discussing about politics, he said that Obi is the best candidate. That Hausas know that Obi is good more than any other candidate. But they don't want anybody that will divide Nigeria. They are afraid of Igbos. If Obi get there, that he will divide Nigeria. But I debunk it. I say no. Obi cannot do that. And we Igbos, we don't want division in Nigeria. But the Hausas and the Yorubas are taking it so far, so serious, like as Igbos we divide this country. No, we don't want to divide the country. We need one Nigeria, and we are practicing one Nigeria. This is what I told him. Okay. Again, whenever you say we are in democratic era, I get angry. Democracy in Nigeria is just like a painted sepulchre. We are not in democracy. There is nothing. I don't see anything democracy in Nigeria. Autocracy is even better than the democracy we are into in this country. Again, somebody to be an IDP in his country is so much alarming. It's not good in your own country.
Hello. Okay. Hello. Hello. All right. Your volume, your radio is still very high. Okay. I think we have a live appearance right about now. How are you? Good evening.
All right, it's a good evening.
Welcome, Victor. Please go ahead.
Exactly. Okay, once again, my name is Victor from Kudos Homes Limited, and I'm here to bring the opportunities that we have investing in properties. And because it's always said that property is the only investment that you have that can stand the test of time. So you should start thinking about the property investment that you can have for you and your future generation. So let me quickly talk about the locations that we have. Okay, here in Lagos, we have in Abuja, Ikorodu, and the name of our estate in Abuja, Ikorodu is called Kudo City. So Kudo City is going for 1.5 million naira per plot. So you can own a plot of land in Kudo City with just 1.5 million naira. We also have in Umuketu Ekpe, and the name of our estate in Umuketu Ekpe is called Kudos Heritage. So Kudos Heritage is located in Umuketu Ekpe, and the price for Kudos Heritage, the actual price for Kudos Heritage is 2.5 million naira per plot. But because we are running our instant allocation promo, so you can own a plot of land in Kudos Heritage with just 1.5 million naira. That's a whooping 40% discount. So start calling us today. The number to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Also in Umuketu Ekpe, we have Kudos Heights, and Kudos Heights is currently selling for 4.5 million naira per plot. Now, all of this property are perfectly dry land and they are table land. So we go for inspections every Thursdays and Saturday. Like tomorrow, we'll be taking our client for inspection so that those that want to see this property can come and see it before they start investing. So when you see this property, you can go for verification, and then you go and check the legitimacy of this property, and all our property are very, very secure. Also in Delta State, we have the Fairview Estate Phase 2, which is located in Ibuzo, Delta State. And the Fairview Estate Phase 2 is currently selling for 2.5 million naira per plot. And we also have Kudos Heights, which is also located in Ibuzo. And Kudos Heights is currently selling for just 1.5 million naira per plot. And we have the Kudos Court, also located in Ibuzo, Delta State. And Kudos Court is going for 4.5 million naira per plot. Now you'll be asking, why are all these estates located in Ibuzo? Now this is because Ibuzo is very close to the Asaba International Airport, and it's also close to the first and second Niger Bridge, and there are so many development infrastructure coming towards that location. So that is why you need to have an investment, have a property investment in Ibuzo, Delta State. And the phone number to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Also in Delta State, we go for inspection every day. If you want to come and see our property locations in Delta State, we go for inspection every day. The only day that we don't go is on Sunday. So every day from Monday to Saturday, we go for inspection. So if you have somebody in Delta State that can help you check out our property location, you can send them down to our office. We have an office in Delta State, and the number to call to also reach that office is the same number, 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. And our office address here in Lagos is at number 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Abule Odu bus stop, Egbeda, Lagos. 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Abule Odu bus stop, Egbeda, Lagos. And you can reach us any time of the day. You can visit our office from Mondays to Fridays, from the hour of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You get us in the office. And also you can catch us on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram at Kudos Homes Limited. That's our Instagram and Facebook handle. And our website is www.kudoshomesLimited.com. And like I said, if you love to go and see our site tomorrow, you can also come to our office. We go for inspection every Thursdays and Saturdays, and we have different pickup location. You can join us from our office, or you tell us the nearest location to you, and we also pick you at the nearest location to you. So the phone number to call again is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. So it's time for you to own your own property, and Kudos Homes Limited have you covered. Thank you so much.
All right, well done, Victor. Thank you so much for coming on today. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to wrap up the conversation today. This person says, Esther, good evening. God will bless you for your good job. You know, obese matter. What God said someone will be, that is what is going to be. Southeast is taking over, whether devils like it or not. Obia Gabago, Esther Walden from Uwefi, White Nasu, Ayeturu Ayabo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have an amazing evening. My name is Esther Wachiku. The evening rush takes place here precisely 7 to 9, Monday to Friday. And then we have the political spotlight from 7 till 8:30 on Sundays, and it's actually quite a beautiful moment to spend with you guys. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP903FM, across our social media handles at VOP903FM. Follow me on YouTube, Estiq Media, ESTIQ MEDIA. All right, good evening, bye for now.